And that's a fantastic game for the neutral, but I guess from a Bradford perspective, it's a really tough one to take.
It is, mate. Yeah, 2 on the bounce, really, innit? Where for neutrals they were great to watch, but for us we're on the wrong end of them. It was a good game, mate. It was tough. It was physical. It was what a derby should be. Obviously at times a little bit dumb. A couple of yardage errors inviting them in. Started the game a little bit slow with a soft try. Do you know what I mean? Cut that out and we win again, a bit like last week.
You were trailing 14-4 midway in that first half. You know, John's talked about the character and resilience of the side. You know, you then scored 16 unanswered points and, you know, put yourselves within a real good chance.
Yeah, mate, and when you get in those positions, we should be closing games out. Do you know, it seems to be like we get in front and then we stop doing what we do well and we invite pressure. If we learn to, well, we've said how many times we said this though, we learn to finish games out, we probably would have won it. Obviously, hopefully we get them again, same like last week. Hopefully we get Fev again in the playoffs, and just put right some wrong. Do you know what I mean?
When you look at that performance, and I know it's raw because we've just had the full-time hooter, but there's more positives, a lot more positives, far outweigh the negatives.
Massively, mate. And to think again, we've not had 2 halfbacks on the field as well. So like, obviously there's a lot of pressure on Geordie coming back this week. He's probably 60-70% fit, not 100% fit, and I thought he was outstanding. And I think Joe Brown's like done exactly what's asked for him, done really well when he's playing the halves. So we're not far away with not having set halfbacks on the field. You know what I mean?
A different kind of game for yourself, not coming off the bench, making the impact you had to start.
Yeah, he asked me yesterday what I wanted to do, and I said I'll do whatever. I'm not too fussed. And then when I come today, he said, "Oh, do you mind starting?" I said no, and then he went, "Do you want to do 10, 15, 20 minutes?" And I was like, "It's a big difference. I'm used to doing 10s." But no, just do what you need to do. I just played exactly the same way. Go as hard as I can for as long as I can. Come off, get me rest, and go back on.
You were given the man of the match, and I guess it comes down to the 2 try assists. You know, you're sucking the defenders for Tom Doyle to score, and somehow you get the ball to Brad England. You might not have got on the score sheet yourself, but you've made an impact with us.
Yeah, I'm not with man of match. It's just a team game, innit, mate? I'd rather have not got man of match on one. You know what I mean? So, just like I say, every week I'm enjoying playing a little bit more minutes. I think a lot of lads now are learning how I play, so you know they're pushing me a little bit after contact because I do get my hands free. So I think, you know, what are we now? 14 games in or whatever it is. A lot of the new lads and the lads who've been here a couple of years are all learning how to play together as a team, which hopefully should click at playoff time.
What do the last 2 weeks tell about the side from your perspective? You know, 2 narrow defeats against sides in and around the playoff mix.
What I've noticed about this team is we are a team. Do you know what I mean? We are a group of lads, players 1 to 25. The lads in and around training, you might just be missing out. We're a team and everyone wants the best for each other, which drives us up in training. Do you know? I just think it means that, like I said, we're not far away at all, pal. You know, so if we just keep doing what we're doing, and Monday, hopefully soon, it'll click for 80 minutes instead of 40, 60, 70, 50. It'll click for 80.
Final one from me, and with the World Cup decision up in the air, and obviously you working so hard, you know, with John Kerr and the Bulls this year, you know, to try and get a place in that Welsh international side. You know, what are your thoughts on what may or may not happen?
In my head, we prepare to play. I mean, I keep trying as hard as I can to get into John's team, and we deal with it when we find out. You know, I want it to still go ahead. I think the rugby league over here pushed it really well, and knowing you see at Wales, you know what I mean, we've pushed it at all levels. You know, the women's game and the wheelchair game, it's been pushed really, really well, and I think it'll be 3 years of pushing really hard for nothing if it doesn't go ahead. So for me, I'd rather it go ahead and then defer it a year or even cancel it. I want it to go ahead.
And obviously we talked about like sort of Danny Gruffy, surely sort of Super League brain almost coming up the championship. Do you feel sort of similar in a way in terms of decision making? The fact that you've had that experience at the top level means that you can sort of like produce sort of clever moments like Nixon when you were sucking the defence in for Tom's try, for example.
Do you know what, mate? It's probably the opposite, not the opposite, but when I finished playing, I coached for 4 years, and I understand more about the game now than when I was playing week in, week out, or when I was playing like full time. You know, when I was playing full time, I was always just doing my job, know what my job is. But then when you flip to the coaching side of it, you understand how important my job is for the people out wide and things like that. So I think the 3-4 years I had coaching, I was coaching at a decent enough level where players understood the game, and obviously at international under-19s level. I think that's helped me learn my role better than it was playing when I was playing Super League. And don't get me wrong, it's not done any harm, you know. I just think you need playing Super League and playing at a high level for years it just makes you learn when you can play and when you should just complete, and you know, when you're coming out your half, when you need to just take your tackle and play it, or when you can force that offload. You know, you just a bit of game management works. I think it's come with experience, age, and coaching, a bit of everything all together, mate.
No, definitely, mate. And I was going to say as well, in terms of like next week, obviously, I mean, well, first of all, if you don't mind me saying, you are looking trim about the week. And I mean, do you feel more fit in yourself and feel like you can regularly start getting time?
Yeah, so I'm not overly trying to lose much weight as I was doing, because the way it works, you need to eat to play and things like that, and obviously like you have a day off today and then I probably eat a bit like whatever I want tomorrow, but playing more minutes gets you fitter than just dieting and running on the field. So the more minutes I play, the fitter I play and the more I can play. Like I said, I'm not fussed if I start or come off the bench. It was nice to have a start for the first proper start since coming back, isn't it? So it was quite nice, but I've also enjoyed coming off the bench when people are a little bit tired and you can get a bit like run at a more tired defence. But it is what it is, you know. Play, start, off the bench. As long as I'm playing and in the 17, I'm happy.
Obviously next week, just finally, you do obviously play Sheffield, so that was kind of a scene of a bit of humiliation for Bulls at the start of the season. Is it almost a chance to show how far you've come since that sort of like dark April day, if you like?
Yeah,
you feel it's a million miles away from where you were then?
Yeah, we are, and you know, it's still spoken about. You know, we've lost 5 games all year. We spoke about it this week, that we've lost 4, and that we're, you know, we're miles better than we are, but we do owe a performance against Sheffield. We owe a performance against Sheffield for ourselves, for the fans, and we need to get the win, because we've lost 2 on the bounce, so we can't make it 3 on the bounce. So it's like a grand final next week, in my opinion, and it's like a grand final the week after. We need to cement 3rd or 4th so we get a home tie in the playoffs.